how we heat our trailer. I get asked this all the time because we are living in a fifth wheel, and we did build this building attached to it to help us with the heating. We use this wood stove, which we bought when we first got here, and I don't know the name of it, the brand, I cannot remember. And the plate that's usually on the back has fallen off. We got it 6 years ago. We got here in 2018. We bought it before we had any kind of building to put it in. It had a broken hinge down here. So I think we got it for like $400 maybe, which brand new stove. It was cheap, and it's worked really good for us. It's not as efficient as I would like because it is a lower brand stove. So we are working on getting a new one, a more efficient one. But this one, in previous winters, I've had to get up, depending on how cold, anywhere between an hour to 3 hours throughout the night to fill it with wood to keep us warm. So this winter, we decided to try something new because the whole wood stove thing, new wood stove, didn't work out for us this winter. Hopefully next winter it will. But we found this heater. This is called a MrHeater. It has a temperature control in there, so it will turn itself off. The pilot light stays on, but it'll turn off so it's not giving off a lot of heat. And if it was in a better insulated area, because this room it's insulated and it holds heat well, but once heat gets turned off on it, like the fire goes out or like this turns off, it'll lose heat quickly. So when this turns itself off, it turns back on quickly, and it does run through propane really quick, and propane is expensive. So we only run this at night when we go to sleep, and it warms up the entire trailer. When it gets down to like this weekend, we were in the -30s, it was just constantly running all night, and it got hot in there. I mean, I think one night it was like 82 degrees. Door goes in here, is where the door to the trailer is, and our kitchen window is right there where the fan is in, and the back of the trailer is over here, and the bedroom is over there. So the heat is going through this door and into the bedroom and in the kitchen area. So this fan is kind of bringing it in. And then we have the little buddy heater in the very back. This is the small buddy heater. It sits at the back end of the trailer next to our 3 biggest windows. We run this when it's really cold outside. It helps keep this area warm. Now back here it's 56 degrees in this area, which is comfortable for us. But we use this buddy heater and the little fan on top, which helps circulate it. We also put it on our wood stove at times, but it really isn't needed out there in that little tiny room. I'll provide a link down below for it. I'll put a link in for this heater. I'm glad we found it. I would recommend getting one of these. It has different temperature controls up here. I'll turn it on just a second for a minute because it gets hot super quick. And then it just lights up. And that right there will warm up the whole trailer. And when it reaches the certain temperature that, you know, feels like, okay, this is warm enough, the flames will go down, the pilot light will stay on, and then when it gets cold, it'll come back up and it'll warm up again. And I like that because it's not using constant propane. That's why I said if you have a more well insulated cabin or whatever, this would be great. And it does hang up on the wall. You can go outside the wall and hook it up to like a propane source outside. We have an adapter attached in a tank that is back behind it, and that works really well for us. We don't run it when we're not home. None of these propane heaters are run when we're not home. Okay, I have to turn this off. It's hot. But love that. Highly recommend it. So that's how we keep warm inside. We had to do some extra insulating stuff. I'll show you how we do our windows. We used to just put Reflectix on the inside, but ice was forming on our windows, and I learned how to, I was told how to do this by somebody else that I talked to that lived in an RV in Alaska. And that's how he did it. And I don't know how it worked well for him because it kept us warm, but thick ice. And I'll show you a picture. a thick ice would form in the windows, and then when it would start to melt, it made a mess. So we started something new. We get these insulation boards. And we got this one here. These come this size for the smaller windows. Cut them and piece them together so they'll fit. And then this one, they come in great big boards. I put them on the back windows, the big back windows. And I'm going to take you outside now and show you how I did that. You can see that's the living room windows right there, covered with the insulation. And I'm going to walk around to the back and show you the bigger windows. And this is the beautiful back windows. I just cut the insulation to fit, stuck them in there. Had to put some, you can see the yellow up there. Had to stuff some insulation in some spots. It's working. It's working perfect. There's no ice going in the windows. It's keeping us perfectly warm. I got some foil tape wrapped around there. Probably didn't even need it. It's perfectly warm. And then we have from living room window by the couch. This is all we do, and it keeps us really warm inside. Sun's coming up. It's beautiful out. It's 11 o'clock, I think. So that's it. That's how we stay warm. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Anything else you want to see, feel free to ask about. That's it. Thank you for watching.